Hey, how's everyone doing? Carlos, your favorite Chileno at Beer52, but also at Wine52. In my previous work life, I was a winemaker. Turns out we're featuring one of the regions I worked in. We're talking about the Valle de Rapel, which is one of the subregions of the Central Valley, which is usually divided in Colchagua Valley and Cachapoal Valley. First one we're doing, Amanecer de los Andes. It's actually a super cool reference to where this comes from. There are obviously influences from the Andes. I guess geographically it's such an influential landmark. You know, we're talking about 5,000, 6,000 and sometimes up to 7,000 meter mountains. And you know, at the lower parts of that, there's already some vineyards there. And yeah, this thing is making a little bit of reference to that. So let's have a look at what it is. Let's pour that into the glass. I like to decant into the glass so that it gets a little bit of oxygen. Like a straw yellow color if you want. We'll give it a little whirl. Wow, that's actually quite aromatic, a bit spicy. Ripe peaches, ripe nectarines, a bit of honeysuckle, a bit of jasmine. So you have a little bit of that cool climate, aromatic white wine situation going in there. Let's see what it tastes like. So you have that sweet, ripe nectarine peach character again. A bit of that spice. Oh, it's actually quite long. Quite nice for I'd say an entry-level wine. Shouldn't be too complex, but it definitely gives you that fruit, that ripe fruit, that gentle spiciness, a nice crisp, slightly mineral finish. It's an excellent wine. So next one up is from one of the premium wines. We're talking about Puntiferrar. It's a Chardonnay, it's a Gran Reserva. What makes it a Gran Reserva? You may ask. So this is a wine that spent some time in new barrels. In this case, it's French and American oak barrels. I'll tell you more about it whilst I open up the wine. So you'll have the highest tier, the highest quality of fruit that's going to go straight into barrel after fermentation, and that time in barrel will obviously give it some added complexity and make it a Gran Reserva wine. Possibly the highest tier that any winery will have. It's a nice long cork. This is actually worth mentioning for any of the cork geeks out there. I am one. I'll leave it there for you to admire. Again, I'm decanting into the glass. Almost golden, light golden yellow. It's got a little bit of a darker tinge than you would expect from than a younger wine, which you would expect from a wine that spent some time in barrel. It's quite an intense structured wine, so you definitely get some of those barrel aromas in there. You get a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of spice, cinnamon. Wow, dried fruit, burnt sugar. It's got a lovely minerality, almost flintstony. Don't think matchstick, not quite that way, but a little bit of a flintstone minerality. Lovely ripe fruit. I mean, I get peaches, nectarines, I get that super complex, again, that burnt sugar. Typical tropical fruit that you would expect from Chardonnay from the Cachapoal Valley. And in the palate, again, you get all those aromas again. You get that barrel, that French and American barrel influence in it. You get that ripe tropical fruit again. You get that touch of vanilla, that dried fruit. Very premium recommendation. So this is definitely going to be hopefully flying off everyone's shelves and into everyone's glass. Next one up, we got Syrah. So we have Somos el Sur del Mundo. This is Syrah from 2022, so it's just over a year old. Let's see what it pours like. Wow, that pours with a very deep red, almost violet and purple color. Super nice. Yeah, it looks nice in the glass. Very intense, dark, red with, purple highlights. Quite nice, actually. Quite nice, gorgeous looking wine. Wow, I get, dark, black raspberries, very dark berries, some black olive, plums, dark fruit, dark cherries. Smells super rich and juicy. Let's see what it tastes like. remarkably rich and full-bodied for such a young wine. Very juice ripe berries again, dark cherries. Wow, it's a gorgeous wine. You better look out for this when you get this box yourself. It's actually quite a nice one. Next one up we have Mosqueteros, Gran Reserva Cabernet Sauvignon. So what makes this bottle a Gran Reserva? This is a Cabernet Sauvignon from 2020. So that's when the grapes were harvested. It then spent 2 full years in barrels to yield this wine here. So I'm actually expecting something pretty big and luscious. It's declaring 14% volume ABV. So I'm hoping for something nice and stand out. And let's see if it is all that what it promises to be. Wow, it's a beautiful red, dark red with purple highlights again. Looks gorgeous in the glass. Dark cherries, strawberries, plums. It's got that Cabernet, that ripe Cabernet Sauvignon nose. A little bit of warmth from the alcohol behind, so it's actually quite a big wine. It's possibly higher than 14. Wow, that's actually quite a serious wine. So if you can actually keep this bottle, age it for a few years, you're gonna see that this bottle is gonna get really nice, round, and even more and even nicer to drink. So this Gran Reserva is gonna be in the premium 6-pack, and yeah, serious wine for serious wine drinkers. Get 2, get 12, and age them in your cellar. Enjoy. Quite an amazing lineup we got here in the Chilean boxes. If you got the entry-level ones, or if you got the Gran Reserva versions of it, there's everything in there, from fresh wines with nice acidity to full-bodied, very ripe, complex structured wines. Amazing lineup. You're gonna enjoy this. Cheers.